Welcome back, guys. El Fuego here for wowpetbattle.com. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about power leveling today in 5.4 and some of the changes that have happened. We're going to start with this level 1 gooey Shaling. This is one of the new pets inside of the new Siege of Orgrimmar raid. The first thing I want to show you guys is a few tips and tricks here that you can save some time with. The first is the safari hat. By putting it on, it's going to increase the experience they gain by 10%. Also in my bags, if you'll notice, I have these sausages, these lesser pet treats. And just below that, I have the pet treat that increases your experience by 50%. Now, these pet treats come from doing the legendary Beasts of Fable 1, 2, and 3 every day. You get 3 of them. So make sure you're doing those Beasts of Fable. If you don't know how to complete them, please see my guides on the website or check YouTube for those videos. And yes, all 3 of those effects stack, giving you 85% to leveling. So I start over here in Mistfall Village, and as you guys see, I'm just kind of flying around to kind of show you the circuit here. There are 4 adds in the corner where we just started from, and then there are 2 additional adds here. So when we begin, your pet just needs to start 1 round. So if you notice the gooey Shaling, he's level 1 here, and all I do is go out and just have him toss a bolt. Whether it hits or not, it doesn't matter. In order for the pets to gain the experience, they only need to have 1 round resolve. Now, it is a little risky starting with these level 1 pets out here, even though the Eternal Striders do 90% of the time start out with that pump ability. Sometimes they do attack and kill him. So you might want to consider having a level 5 or above pet starting here. That way they're in no danger of dying off of the first round. I like to start out here for a few reasons. Number 1, they're all aquatics. And as you guys all know, to me, aquatics means, please Lord, grab your flyer and just kill me in the face. The second reason is because it's so fast. I mean, each one of these encounters only take 45 seconds to a minute to complete. Now, the other great thing is that the mobs are tightly packed, and even if someone else is out here grinding them down, you're not going to have any problems finding one. So grab your crows or your ravens, make sure you have Alpha Strike, Nocturnal Strike, and Darkness loaded, and let's power level some pets. And as you can see right there, he goes from level 1 to level 6 in a single fight. So I've taken the liberty of fast forwarding this video so you guys don't have to sit all through it, just to give you an idea of how fast it levels. During this time, the only thing I'm using is my safari hat and that 25% to level. So it's very easy to get. Those sausages, you can get them 3 a day, and that hat is constant. So at the moment, he is just 35% to bonus leveling. And the only add-ons that I'm running at the moment is that Pet Battle Master. That's that little window to the upper right. You see all the information coming across. And Pet Tracker is the one that's giving you those 3 little windows at the bottom telling you what's strong and weak against and what attacks they are, and the cooldown process on those abilities. As a matter of fact, if you guys go to the website, I have an entire section dedicated to just add-ons. Not only add-ons, but there's an entire power leveling guide in depth. It shows you from the Horde side and from the Alliance side where to start, the trainers, what pets they have, the abilities that they have, and just really the overall general process that involved with power leveling. The video that you're watching now is under the power leveling for speed leveling. This is assuming that you already have 2 level 25s, preferably flying with that strong against aquatic abilities, and you are fighting the aquatics over here in Pandaria. I get so many emails and so many in-game questions about breed ID and what do I mean by SS and HH. I have built an entire breed ID section on the website as well. So it might be worth your time to go and investigate that, or you can find the video here on my channel also. Now, there is a mix of flyers here that come with these aquatics, but for the most part, one of the reasons I use the crows, not only are they strong against the aquatics out here, but they also all have Nocturnal Strike and Darkness. So they really just kind of chain into each other. If a crow goes down or a raven goes down and the next guy cycles in, you're going to see that if Darkness is still up from the previous crow or raven, that Nocturnal Strike is just going to take right over and guarantee to hit. Now they do start out sometimes changing the weather on you, so make sure that cleansing rain is not up and darkness is instead before you pop that nocturnal strike. The other thing that you guys will see that I'm sure you've noticed by now is that there's a lot of rares out here. This golden civet, for example, is rare, and you come across a lot of these flyers that are rare. So this is a really good opportunity to not only fill your collection with some of those rares that you're missing, but to pick and choose those breeds that you're looking for. You know, if you need that aquatic a little bit faster, or you need him with a little more health, or you want him to hit a little harder, this is a great opportunity to do that because you're going to be out here for a while. So while you're here, just kind of think about what kind of breeds you want to involve in your future battles. I know it seems pretty quick with the background being fast forwarded. You guys can see in real time just how fast he reaches each one of these different levels. But the whole process really only took about 30, 32 minutes, 35 minutes tops. And as a matter of fact, there was even someone else out here grinding down some of these pets while I was running. And as you guys can see, it's just that horseshoe just back and forth. By the time you get to one side and you fought a few critters, the other side has already respawned. Now, while you're out here, you want to make sure that you have a few bandages. You're pretty far from one of those stable masters at the moment. He's up by shrine. It wouldn't take an incredibly long time, maybe 30 to 45 seconds or so, to fly out to shrine and re-up your pet's health. So your best bet here is to maybe have one or two backup crows or ravens. You know, if you guys have been watching these videos or you PvP at all, then I'm sure you have a full set of crows from the Dark Moon Fairgrounds and a full set of ravens. An interesting side note about the Gilnean raven in particular is that the breed in 5.3 was changed to only have BB availability. So that double balance raven are the only ones that you can pick up now. Any other ones are from previous patch 5.3 and before. So if you're on the auction house and you have that breed ID engaged and you're cruising through and you see an SS raven or you see a PS raven and you want to pick it up, by all means please do so. Because while the ravens and the crows are similar in both of their abilities, you don't get the opportunity to trade those crows. You can only trade the raven. So unfortunately, this also affects their price for people that know what they have. I mean, I've come across ravens, SS ravens on the auction house for 900 gold, and I've seen them for 10,000 gold. People that know what they have know that they're no longer available. So there's only a select, there's a finite amount that are out there. So if you come across an SS or PS raven, pick it up, guys. They are so strong, not only in this PvE, but PvP as well. And that gooey little Shaling just broke level 21. There's not much longer to go now. If you're used to power leveling and you guys know a little bit about it, in Shrine, out in front of the Shrine, before 5.4, those mobs are still there. As a matter of fact, it's kind of a good thing what's happened to the landscape. The fact that all of these rivers that once had these pets that were not engageable previously, now you can do so. So it's really evident out in front of Shrine. If you go there, you'll see a whole bunch of these little striders that were all on top of the water over by the Alliance place. Now they're all on the ground and you can click them and they are accessible. So there's actually more pets to level off of now because of the changes that have occurred within 5.4. Another great change that they made is the fact that you get a lot of lesser charms of good fortune. Just within doing this, El Fuego has about 7,000 of these lesser charms of good fortune. So I really hope that they give me something to do with them in the future, because at the moment there's nothing to do except spend 50 of them just to have for your weekly token shot. But these birds are so strong that you notice, right now I'm even just fighting with one of them. Just as one of them goes down, you can almost time it to where the pet bandage is up and usable by the time that both of your crows and or ravens or whatever combination you have are down. You don't just have to use crows or ravens. You can actually use any type of flyer that has a strong ability against these aquatics. I'm sure by now you guys have picked up some of these moths and some of these other flyers that all have these strong slicing winds abilities, the cyclone abilities, all the things that are really, really strong against all of these aquatics out here. So once he got to about level 23, I noticed that I hadn't completed Aki yet in her new daily. So I decided to just finish off with Aki here. This is her new area that she's in over here in Mistfall Village. And if you guys have seen it before, I have it linked on my YouTube channel. Also under the Aki section, under the Grand Masters on the website, it is the Anubisath versus Aki pretty much by himself. But due to the changes in 5.4 to Sandstorm, he takes a little more damage now, as it only negates for 5 rounds instead of 9. So that's power leveling in 5.4, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please check our channel for updates. We're always creating new guides for different opponents. I'm El Fuego for wowpetbattle.com.